how I said they're filming that documentary? Everywhere I turn. Do you see him?
What the hell?
Everywhere I turn.
Is he just gonna be there all night?
Yeah, he actually,
He's gonna watch you sleep.
he doesn't even talk. Like, he's just pointing the camera.
Shut up.
Wait, Jared, how long is it supposed to be? Like, I just gotta do that?
In a minute, not tight, sentimental bond tight for a little bit of stress. I don't got blanks, hollow tipping 5.6, ripping out foes who indifferent, I'm cold. I ain't try ride with them, never make time for them, really bout bank, little bitch, I'm try flex. Screaming outside, never really outside, unsigned, running 5 milli solo off me. Bitch, really, I'm him from the depths of the city, whole city all found. Still, really, ceilings don't bend when the road get into me, start feeling bossed in. Fuck this.
Yeah.
My mom would make me little videos to look back on. I don't know if she knew it was gonna get to this point, but I feel like she felt something, because every step of the way she filmed me on my progress, and I'm really grateful for them. I don't know where I would have been if they would have, because you know, I got like a addicted personality, like I told you, and I don't know what I would have got into if they wouldn't have gave me a guitar.
Once he was like 8 years old or so, he asked me to buy him a guitar. And so I ordered him from like a catalog, and I didn't know anything about instruments. I just ordered him like a cheap guitar. And man, he just picked up on it like nothing, like all the notes. And the teacher kept giving him like, you know, homework assignments. He's like, learn this song this week, and when you come back next week, I want you to learn this song, you know. And he would learn them, like he would pick up really fast. Ever since they started me in that, it like consumed my whole world. Moving forward, I always had this vision as a kid of like performing on a stage. Ever since it's never changed. We got these old books in elementary school where you write year to year what you want to be when you're older, and mine was always, it said rock star next year, rock star 3rd grade, rock star 4th grade. It was always the same thing.
When did you start rapping?
Bro, I didn't even like rap, and that's the fucked up part. I didn't even like rap music, bro. I just wanted to be like my cousin. My cousin rapped. I just remember he was so good. He was like freestyle for fucking ever, and I was so bad at it.
Alex right here. So that started me in all my shit when I was 13. And what was it? Where?
We started in my garage, but yeah, fucking rapping with Brandon and Royal. What did we start off as? BIM, Billionaires in the Making.
Group split up, the whole circle, and they ended up selling me their equipment. So after that, it was just me wanting to get better at something that I wasn't good at. I loved rock music. I loved Evanescence. That was my wave. But this was something that it was so new to me, and I was like, I wasn't comfortable not being good at it. I was in it, bro. There's no stopping now. Every song I was getting better. Every time I put something out, like I could feel it getting closer. And I mean, granted, it took a while. Like, I was inconsistent. I started working at the chemical plants to pay for music, throwing money anywhere I could in music. And then just 3 years ago, it got real. I still am, but I was a real silly ass dude. So I made silly videos on TikTok, and no one was promoting music. They were just making funny videos. It was like a mix of Vine. And I remember one time I was like, this app is so easy. I made a video and I was like,
today's actually my birthday. I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling good. Look, and all I really want is for you to be so generous as to hit share, hit other, then hit cancel.
And it got like 100,000 views in a couple hours. And I was like, oh, this is easy. Okay. This is how you make a rap song in 60 seconds.
First off, you gotta get yourself a rapper chain. That's just how it works. And then you pull up to the studio, get a
Boom.
simple little melody.
I had fucking showed my song, made a joke out of it. It fucking got like 1 million views in a day. So I was like, oh shit, that worked. Let's just make more videos.
Put 'em on the list, send it when I hit. 32 a clip, shoot it from the hip. I can't have nobody on my team. Never trust you, you don't trust me.
And I just kept making silly videos, and I mean like viral, because it was so fresh. It was so new. Because then I hit my first 1 million streams. Then I started working on an album, and then I started moving with the intention of an audience in mind.
Man, so I had just gotten out of school, and I had this co-worker, his name was Juan, and he was like, bro, like, I gotta put you onto my buddy's music. And when I heard Kringe's music, I was like, man, like, he's got it, he's got the passion, like, I can hear it, like, the hunger.
Latham was fighting front lines with me for a couple years to get this shit moving. First day he met, I was doing a seminar on how to produce. He paid for Travis Scott Astroworld tickets and left Astroworld early to meet me, and he doesn't even know me. To me, that spoke a lot because the bitches were like $300.
We got tickets, and I left right before Travis to go meet him. He was at Barron Studios. I just walk in, there's this like tatted up dude that you would think is like this aggressive like guy, and he's just like, yeah guys, like super teaching like music classes, like super into what he's doing. And like I was the only one without a laptop, didn't know anything about producing, and they were just like talking this different language, and I was just sitting there being like, what in the world? I think he wanted to scope me out, make sure I wasn't a serial killer, and he was like, hey, if you're serious, like let's meet at this coffee shop. And so I drove there, and I felt like I was in like a fucking like Fortune 500 like interview. Like it was ridiculous. He was like, so like what do you bring to the table? Like what about this, what about that? And then I told him, I was like,
I don't know everything. I probably don't even know the shit that we need to know, but I promise you I'll work harder than anybody around you at anything you give me. And I was like, cool, that's enough for me. Shit, I never asked for much. I just never had many people around me that could help. I got people that love me, but people that can actually help me, there's very few. Like I can count them on one hand, and he was one of them. If you could rock with that, my show is this Saturday. If you rock with stuff like that, the show is this Saturday in Houston, Texas at the end, the 27th. So that was me planning to fly my #1 fan across the world for my show for his birthday. And this kid has streamed my music 5,000 times. This isn't the first time I've done something like this. I love giving back to my people and giving them experiences that they'll talk about forever. The show is actually this Saturday in Houston, Texas at a venue called... There you go, man. Then you do this shit. And then you cross your fingers and you don't get mad about what happens.
focus is good. It's good. It is kind of a downward angle. You cool with that?
Try to make it level now. Might be a little hard. Go, babe. Slower. That's cool. Turn it up loud, please. And try to keep it like that.
We were like talking and we were like, man, we're gonna need videos, we're gonna need content, all this kind of stuff. And so we were like, look, like let's get a camera, let's lock ourselves in our rooms for like 2 weeks. I was like, you're gonna learn how to edit, I'm gonna learn how to shoot, and like we're just gonna go for it. Song. This is perfect, this is perfect.
Yeah, keep it like that, that's good. Whatever that is. Yeah, with that foot on the brake, that's perfect.
I'm getting a little bit of flare, perfect. Yes, everybody.
Anything we needed, it was like, well, can we learn this shit? Yeah, then let's fucking do it.
Cold cigarette, stress, feeling like I can never do nothing right. So hurt, toss, turned in the night. I just wanna scream, wanna fire. Oh, I'm so done, just let go. Go.
Dang, are their lights still on? What is that their house? Yeah, right? Yeah.
I'm about to do a performance shot by myself. If you want to go chill, you can.
Party Lone's my best friend. We met through the internet. He had heard my music. I had seen one of his Instagram promo videos. And he had DM'd me or some shit.
He liked and commented on something and I DM'd him. That's crazy. I've been watching you do your shit for a while now, brother. Love, bro. He said, damn, dude, for real, that's wild. And then he just didn't respond. and then I commented on his story. He said, I think you were making like tacos.
I was making pasta tacos.
Yeah, and I said, this shit looked like heat. And he said, abso-fucking-lutely. My favorite part about being a bean.
And he's like, I actually heard your songs. You're really fucking good. And he heard my song Trinity. It's an older song. And he sent me a video saying like, dude, I'm blown away by this shit. He was so like...
Either you sent me your number or I sent him mine. And he like FaceTimed me. And I was like taking a shit. And I was like, yo, I'm taking a shit. And like usually people be like, you're fucking disgusting, bro. Like, what are you doing? But he was like, what? Like, oh, what the fuck, bro? Like, oh, this like, call me later. Fuck you. And I was like, oh shit. Like,
it was like some homie shit and I didn't even know him. And moving forward, we were just so comfortable for some reason. We would talk for hours.
It was definitely like, just like the possibility, just like following somebody who knew what they wanted out of their career and knew what their sound sounded like.
I wrote this song as a reminder to myself that no matter what happens in life, you continue to push forward. No matter what happens, no matter who betrays you, no matter who hates you, you always push forward to remember your goals. So that's why I wrote this song. Alright, this song's called 4 AM. Hey, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. We don't miss, we don't switch, we don't shift when the blows hit. We don't fish, we all click. Only hear from when the pure shit. We don't flip.
This show, I was selling little tickets here and there until it piled up. And now, honestly, bro, I think if I keep pushing hard and keep talking about it, I think we can get really close to selling out. Which would be amazing. Last time I was, I think 3 tickets from selling out.
I just wanted to hear myself because the track's pretty fucking loud. Okay. I just needed to make sure like I know what I'm sounding like. For sure. I mean, out there I wanted my vocal to sit like basically slightly above where it is on the track level. That's fine? Yeah. Cool. I feel safe in the minute, not tight in the middle, one tight for a little piece stress. I don't got place, I don't take a 5, 6, ripping out phones,
What was it like moving to LA?
Bro, we were in LA for like 8 months. It was terrible. It's not the place to build genuine friendships. It's the place everyone, how do I say this? Everyone I met in LA was very opportunistic. I'm gonna get where I need to get regardless. I just thought I was gonna build connections and a community, and that's not what that place is for. My strongest relationships in LA were people that weren't from LA but went there to try to do what I did.
Like moving like, I don't know how, 1,500 miles from Minnesota to Cali, bro, that was a huge, like, a huge thing for me. And just like losing friendships to like focus on the now. So in the then, because you just have to understand like people are very content with doing what they're currently doing. Like whether it's like working at a gas station or it's like, but like I know me and him, our minds aren't wired like that, you know? So like whatever happens, we're just gonna like figure out the next thing and like we gotta get it.
That was hard. That tested relationships for sure. That was hard. Because he would be gone for like 2 months, 1 month at a time. So that was hard for sure. Yeah, that was a lot.
Everybody thinks that they're going to write one song that's going to change their lives. And I'm not saying that that doesn't happen, but that's super rare. And you're trying to put yourself in like less than 1% of the population. And I don't think that the lay fan, I don't think they realize how much work, time, and dedication. There's a lot of blood, sweat, tears, sacrificing that goes on to like being an artist. It's not just because you write songs. It's especially when you're a true artist. I see people get heartbroken because they make great music and they know how to make great songs and they write good words and they're being their authentic selves, but they're going against a billion-dollar industry, so people give up.
When you really put your whole life into it, like your time, your assets, your money, like everything you want into it, and it doesn't always go good, and you know so much inside of you that that's what you're meant to do, you keep going. Like, I think that's where people really start to think like you're crazy, and like that's just, I'm just gonna be honest with you, and like, but that's where it gets like lonely. But having something that you know is true, and like you know in your heart that you're supposed to do, like you can't turn that off. And I don't think a lot of people can relate to that, because when things get hard, like people want to run away.
So we're out in Austin, Texas, in the middle of nowhere. we were feeling kind of stuck in the same routine every single day, chasing the goal, applying pressure. It's not like we were working any less, but it just seemed like the end goal was seeming just not as clear as it used to be. So like stepping out of our situation, stepping out of our community, and just like getting away from everything really put us in perspective, and just got some outside views of like us and what we're doing, what's going on. Because I mean, seeing the same community, everyone working hard, is just, at some point you just feel like you're seeing the same shit every day.
What drew you guys away?
Dude, what drew us away? I think getting married was a big one. So it's like a big responsibility, especially when you're chasing your dreams. I think of like, I never thought I would say this, but I know it's a distinct moment. Me and Kringe were shooting a music video in LA, and we had hiked up this hill, and I bitched the whole way because I was like sick. I was being such a grumpy guy. We're literally hiking up this mountain. I have a fever. It's like 4 a.m, and we're shooting this music video, and we get up there and the sun comes up and it's like cool. It was such a cool shot. And I remember being like, damn, this is awesome. Like, this is my dream. Like, me and Kringe are like kicking it. Like, this is badass. And I also remember being like, damn, I'm like really far away from like my brand new wife and like this family I'm also trying to create. And so I think that was like a moment where I knew, when it was like, I just started to have a little bit different priorities.
You know how I told you like everything I've done was for the moving forward in music? Right before I moved to LA, the only thing I ever had to my name that I worked so hard to get was my 2006 Mustang GT. It was Winfield blue. It had chrome staggered bullet wheels. It was a premium, so I had all black leather. It was standard. I loved the fuck out of it. I worked so hard for it. And at some point I lost everything, bro. Like, I couldn't see the light anymore. And it was either give it up or keep going in music. And I made the choice. Before I went to LA, I sold it. The only thing that I had to my name, I sold it. And it was such a sad moment, but I had to keep in mind like the bigger picture and what I'm trying to do. And sometimes that's hard because you're talking about being spiritual. You don't see spirituality. You just believe it. It's in your head. It's a vision. It's an energy. So when you could physically see your life falling apart, and you could physically see this shit not working, and you could physically see your losses, sometimes it's hard to like spiritually see the light. And that was like one of the darkest times for me.
That was his whole life. Everything from music videos to beat packs to equipment. The equipment that people gave him. I could just hear him. That was horrible. That's
the closest I ever been to actually doing some stupid shit. And it was because I had no means, any way to do anything that served my purpose. I felt purposeless. I couldn't create. I couldn't move forward. I couldn't.
How hard is it seeing him go through all these obstacles, like the ups and downs?
It's annoying. It's so annoying. And not the obstacles of like, it's the obstacles of, I know where he can be. I know he is so talented. I know he wants it. I know it's annoying because I want people to see him. He works so hard. Can I get a tissue or something?
Yeah, of course. Bro, I'm getting burnout, dog. Like, how do you do the same shit for so fucking long? And like, yeah, you get a little step, and then it starts going backwards. And then I lost my video guy. He stopped. We had it falling out. We stopped working. He was my right-hand man. I lost all the help I had. All my graphics guy, my people, my circle that I had held close to me, they all had their own falling out in their own way, and it was just me. And I was like, it was too much for me to do alone. And I started feeling hopeless. I was like, why am I doing this shit, bro? Like, I know I can't do this alone. And I'm the only one in the room right now. And I'm still trying to do it alone when I know I can't. I know this is not how this shit works. So for a while, bro, I just got so discouraged. And it was not like lack of my ability. It's just, that's not how this shit goes. And the equation was broken. And I got so tired of trying to make it work when I knew it was not right.
I've just sacrificed a lot, bro. I've sacrificed so much. And I don't think people realize, how much goes into it, especially in my story.
We just made it. Touchdown, we're at the end. Kringe first headline show of the year.
Yeah.
I'm stoked for him. The nerves are high for the boy.
When I was serving tables, I had this moment. My dad was in the hospital. My parents needed more help financially. I remember praying and I was like, God, if this is meant for me, let me know. Because if it's not, I'll drop this shit and I'll just work more and I'll do what I gotta do.
That's pretty fire. Yeah, I should be going on at like 2:30 around that time. But yeah, I just gotta calm my nerves right now, so I'm trying to chill in the green room. But I just wanted to say hi, bro, and I'm so fucking happy you're here. So holy shit. Yeah, you ready?
It took us like maybe 10 minutes to get in, and everybody left.
Within the next few days, this blind woman comes in. She's with her daughter. She's helping walk her around and shit. And we're closing. My section's closed. Put her in one section in the restaurant. And she's like, no, I don't like it over here. Like, I feel weird. Put me over here. And it was near the bar. It's too noisy. She's like, I want to sit in this middle section. And they're like, oh, you can't. It's closed. Like, I'm sorry, your server's not here, whatever. She just sat down. She's like, I'm sitting here. I was pissed. What the fuck? I'm supposed to go home. I did my job. And at the end of the meal, plates everywhere. I was like, hey, can I get some of these plates off your table? We are closing. And she said, no, I'm not going to let you clear off my table until you sing a song for me. I just kind of stared at her. And I was like, why would I do that? She said, because you make music. I said, no, I don't. I don't make music. She's like, yeah, you do. You've been here before? She's like, nah. I was like, you talked to some of these guys here? She's like, no. And I was like, maybe you've like seen me, like, have you seen me around or somewhere? And she's fucking blind. Like, her eyes were like blued out. And she's like, I can't see. And she was like, I'm not gonna leave. So recited her this little song I wrote, right? Nothing major, just a few lines, nothing crazy, very unconfident, very shaky, bro. I was scared. Cause what the fuck is this? And she like touches me and she's like, hey, I just want to let you know, God wanted me to tell you that you're just not ready yet. It's not that you're not on the right path, but you're just not ready for your blessings yet. And bro, I'm shaking. I'm like,
my mind's stuck on you. Find myself to not reply to. Blind, stupid, young and prideful. Stress, lost, confused, and hateful.
Yeah. Junior.
it's a very rare case you reach a point where you're just praying because you have no other option and you feel like you got an answer.
I stay up late, one decay on me, ayy. How long this shit take? Not okay. I seen way too much down in LA. Ain't no time for worse days. Too much on the plate, feeling off. Way too much I lost. Say that I'm close to mine, that ain't helping me walk. Pack and put key on a flight and record and exhaust. Sick of falling off and getting up and falling off. Yeah.